My name is Matt Upson. I'm the Director for Undergraduate Outreach and Instruction here at Edmond Lowe Library. I've been writing library comics specifically for about 5 years. Well, we just published a book called Information Now, a graphic guide to student research. And the focus is on research skills and information literacy skills for undergraduate students. So basics of how, when, where, why you should do your research. So a few years ago when I was working at a small college in Kansas, I had a student worker there named Mike Hall, and he had quite a bit of experience in the comics field. And so he and I were talking about different ways to create some resources for library instruction. And finding out about his background in comics, we decided, hey, let's try to put this comic book together. And then this past year, when we were working on Information Now, we were lucky enough to get an artist named Kevin Cannon on board. He's worked on many instructional comics and other topics like rhetoric, evolution, genetics, and so he had a lot of experience designing and illustrating comics specifically for instructional purposes. Writing comics is an interesting process. It allows me to be a little more creative than I could be writing a worksheet or a handout for students. It allows us to use visual metaphor and imagery to really liven up library instruction, which can be tedious and potentially boring at times. Using comics is just one more way to attempt to liven it up and help students connect with the material that we're providing for them. If you'd like to buy a copy of Information Now, you can purchase one from Amazon. You can also buy one through the publisher's site, which is at University of Chicago Press. You can also go to Stillwater Public Library. They have a copy. We should have a copy here in Edmond Lowe. You can always borrow one from me if I'm around. And if you go back home for the summer and you're just dying for a comic on library skills to read, you can ask your librarian in your hometown to request a copy or buy one for your library.